call here at the Baymont Inn right over here beside us. The call text stated there were some suspects in a vehicle. It's the white vehicle that you see crashed into the building. While officers were responding, dispatch was giving a license plate by the caller. When we checked that license plate, it revealed that the vehicle was possibly stolen out of Dallas. So we're still working through those details to confirm that. As officers arrived on scene, they noticed that there were 2 occupants in the vehicle. Initially, the caller said there was 3. We believe the 3rd suspect went inside the hotel, and we have found him and detained him as well. As officers make the approach on the vehicle, there's a female in the passenger seat and a male in the driver's seat. The driver's door is locked, the window's up. Officers are giving commands to basically roll the windows down, throw the keys out of the vehicle, which is a normal protocol when you're trying to detain someone in a potentially stolen vehicle. The driver did not respond to commands. The passenger, however, that door was unlocked, and so the door opened and we were able to get the female out of the vehicle. While that's going on, they notice the driver's trying to get it into gear. It goes in reverse, then it goes back into park. The car dies at one point. He gets the car started again from what I'm being told. At that point, he reverses up. When he reverses his vehicle, he strikes one officer in the left knee. He strikes a second officer that's standing on the passenger side, and the passenger door actually knocks the officer onto the ground as the vehicle's backing up in kind of a J-curve motion, which is how the vehicle ended up onto the side of the building. During that encounter, the officer that was knocked to the ground did fire at least one shot, striking the suspect. At this time, the suspect's transported to a local hospital. His condition is unknown. The officer that was knocked to the ground, he's been transported to a local hospital as well with non-life-threatening injuries. And so that's kind of where we're at this point. We did have some witnesses out here that we still need to talk to. We'll go through, obviously, our dash cam footage and stuff like that as well. But at this point, it was a suspicious person call with the occupants inside a potentially stolen vehicle.
Have you confirmed the car is stolen?
Yeah, we're working on confirmation with that right now, and the way that works is we notify the agency that entered the record as stolen, which is Dallas County, and usually they have a little bit of time to confirm that record, yes or no, and so I should have that confirmation within the next 10 to 15 minutes.
How long did this whole thing last?
So we got on scene around 10:15, and I would say about 10:25, 10:30, 10 or 15 minutes, that's when this happened. When we first got on scene, one of the officers was in an unmarked unit and could see the suspects and was basically able to give a play-by-play of what they were doing. That's how we knew the 3rd suspect had exited the vehicle and went inside the hotel. So after the incident, we were able to go in the hotel, talk with the clerk, give a description of that suspect, who pointed us to a room, and that's where we found him. We don't know anything on charges yet. We're trying to figure out what they were doing at the hotel and why they were in a potentially stolen vehicle here in Arlington.
Is that person that was inside the hotel cooperating, providing any information?
Yeah, so the female passenger that was in the car and also the 3rd occupant is cooperating at this point. They're kind of telling us kind of what was going on. I just don't have those details yet. But at this point, we don't know why the driver refused to give up and why he would try to hit officers that are trying to conduct a felony traffic stop.
You have a second officer that was hit in the knee?
Yes, his condition, he was treated here at the scene, but he's going to be fine. It was more of the car bumping into his left knee, whereas the other officer that went to the hospital, obviously the injuries were more significant than that because the way the passenger door, with it being open when the female got out, it happened so fast. The passenger door actually caught him as he's going to the ground and knocked him down pretty hard.
Is anyone under arrest at this point?
We have the suspect who's at the hospital. Obviously, I don't know his condition yet, but he's been detained. And we have the female and the male other suspect detained. No charges yet. More to follow on that.
Were they staying here?
I don't know. I don't know those details. I don't know why they're at the Baymont Hotel. Not sure.
Lots of folks out around here. Was there concern for anyone else's safety?
Well, yeah, anytime. I mean, when we give someone commands, a lawful order, they should obey that lawful order. And when you don't, and you create a hazardous situation, and you're trying to get away from law enforcement, it always creates an unsafe condition, not only for our officers, but also potential hotel guests. This is obviously a busy area. There's a lot of restaurants, and so yeah, that's always at the forefront of our mind when we're dealing with a suspect that refuses to give up.
How many shots and where?
I don't know. We know at least one shot was fired, but I don't know where the suspect was struck. I don't have those details.
Did y'all recover weapons from them?
We have not searched the vehicle yet.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
All right, you're welcome.